it's a little different, but we just played once this midweek, so we'll get a chance to practice today, and we'll we'll go out there and go. We're in pretty good shape as far as we can be. We're rested in our bullpen, so we left Jay home and Bettis home yesterday, and Neely stayed home, Duran stayed home, trying to rest them and make sure we're ready for the weekend.
Coach, talk a little about Louis last night. He came in a tough spot and really settled things down for you.
He did. He threw 5 innings. He did a great job. He settled in. He gave us a chance to get back in the game, and we're hoping that's just the tip of the iceberg, Louis.
Is it wearing on these guys, do you think, Coach, just being such up and down, going win 4, lose 3, win 4, lose 3?
I think it. I do. I think it is wearing on them. I do think it's wearing on them as far as I think it wears on just within the pitching staff about the inconsistencies. I think that wears them out a little bit, and I think the fact that we've left some runners wears our guys out on offense, and I think the combination of, in the games we've had a history of getting down early at times, and I think that stress of that has affected our offense. So we just need to get back. We just don't do enough things, as far as just if you just wrote a book on winning baseball, as far as managing the early innings, keeping the game within a run or two, and then, pitching well late in the game. We haven't done that consistently enough to win. And driving in runs from third base with less 2 outs, those are things you need to do. So I think when if we can get a handle on that, we're going to be fine. We'll get back to winning and doing our thing because we have enough talent. Yeah, we are shorthanded, but we feel like that, I in my mind, we're 12 and 15. And with the people we've played and with the injuries we've had, I would still say, if we were 15 and 12, I would feel better about that. I would think, what, we're fine. We're doing what we're supposed to do. So in my mind, we're about 3 games off the pace of what I would think we should be. But, I don't get to make the decisions on those things. So, anyway.
Okay. Spence, you got the 5 conference series at home this year. You lose one to Texas last week. Obviously, makes them bigger now at home, and then hope to steal one on the road.
Yeah. And I think the home and thing, obviously we'd rather play at home. And just from the standpoint of structure and doing your deal, but I feel fine about us. I do. I feel good about us on the road too. I don't think we can. It's all about pitching. If you pitch well, it doesn't matter if you're at home or on the road. That'll be the case this weekend, and that'll be the case next weekend at Oklahoma State.
Coach, can you talk about what you know about Kansas State?
Yeah, that they're fast and they're scrappy and they're rolling pretty good. They've won a bunch of games in a row. Just looking at their stuff today, they throw a lot of strikes. They manage the running game. They don't have maybe a ton of guys that are just power arm prospects on their pitching staff, but they've got a very competitive ERA, and like I said, they do the little things right. So they're going to be tough. I mean, they like to run, they like to bunt for hit, they like to start guys up, keep guys in motion. They want to play fast, and they have a style that suits it. They keep the score down early, and then they can play offense. And when you're not trailing runs, you can run an offense, so you can do some things. So there'll be a challenge, and there'll be a different club than Texas, just a different style, and that's part of the fun of the league. People have different styles, and you see different things. So we're excited to play them, and they'll be a good team.
Being about the midpoint of the season, Coach, does the consistency, is that more of a mental issue, or is it a physical issue right now?
Well, I think there's some physical issues just from the standpoint of bodies, but I think most of it's mental and just getting back to basics and understanding. Our biggest thing last night was we were down 5-0, and we had some guys take some swings like we were trying to hit that 5-run dinger, and there's no such thing. Instead of playing 1 run at a time and doing the thing to get back in the game. So mentally we have to get tougher, and we're going to work on that today and see if we can't have a good weekend, which I think we will.
Spence, can you talk a little bit more about the good start and just getting off to a good start in those first 3 innings and how important that was when y'all were winning?
Well, if you think about some of the games we've had recently where we played well and won, or even if we played well and got beat, even the Saturday game with Texas, we were within striking distance all the time because we had runners on. We just couldn't get the hit we needed. We also needed to get another out or two and keep them from, taking it from 5-3 or 5-2 to 6-2. But, Friday night we scored early and Texas didn't, and they were chasing us all day. And, that bodes well for us. Plus, then we can pitch the guys we want to pitch at the end of the game. And that's kind of the scenario you get into is, you have guys that pitch when you're ahead, and you have guys that pitch when you're behind. And we're trying to get to our guys that pitch when we're ahead more often. So, we do need good starts. We need to see if we can get 3 good starts, and then see if we can't, just play good offense.
How much does the situation coach maybe lend to needing the seniors and some of your top juniors kind of step up and lead a little bit?
Well, I think that what happens and I think that we're getting pretty good leadership. We need to get more production out of some of those guys. But the thing is what it does. It creates it creates more pressure for the guys, maybe the young guys that are hitting in different spots in the order to do something because the older guy hasn't. So maybe Barrett Barnes says, I got to do this and that. Well, Barrett's got enough to worry about just being Barrett and hitting where he does in the lineup and doing those things. So we just need a guy or two to get hot and get the thing going a little bit, an older guy or a young guy, whatever it is, and and go from there.
Coach, is